welcome to our kitchen. My name's Tracy.
And I'm Bryony.
And today we're very excited. We know that the race is on right now, the Melbourne Cup, but we are very excited in the kitchen here because we are going to show you how to achieve the most beautiful crispy crackling on pork, guaranteed every time, without fail. So to start off with, thank you very much for watching if you are watching us live. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching if you're catching up later on. Bryony is going to make a dressing to go with the pan Asian salad that we're going to be serving with the pork. The pork's very versatile. We've kept the pork really quite simple.
Oh yeah, so many uses
flavor-wise.
for
Yep.
it.
But today we're going to be serving with a pan Asian salad with some lovely crisp, crunchy ingredients, a lovely hot, sweet, sour, salty dressing, and Bry's also going to show you how to make some ground rice, which gives a lovely texture, crunchy, sort of crispy. Not crispy, it's more crunchy, isn't it? There's a difference between crunchy and crispy.
So it's like the Asian equivalent of like breadcrumbs on top of like crunchy breadcrumbs.
Yeah, or as
croutons.
you said earlier, which I thought was really good, is that it's like a it can be a gluten-free crunchy crumb on top of things. That's awesome, really
I'm getting my muscles happening here.
So
with the ginger.
We're making something called a nok cham.
Yeah, so technically that's Vietnamese, but the salad, so the dressing's Vietnamese. The salad is just some ingredients, so we call it pan Asian because we don't want it, it's not necessarily a Vietnamese salad, but the dressing is.
So you're doing some ginger, some freshly grated ginger. I'm going to, I've just taken the seeds out of the chilies. If you like it hot, you can leave the seeds in the chilies, but as always, I advise you to just lick the tip of your chili, not the bit up near the stalk, but the pointy bit down the pointy end. And just lick that on the end of your tongue so you can to be whether it's hot or not. This one is not hot at all, but it will obviously add a nice sort of chili flavour. And I'm going to clean up this coriander root because we've got coriander leaves in the salad, which you can omit if you don't like coriander. But I'm going to clean up that root and add that to the with some stalks to the dressing because why waste it?
That's right. You get the most intense flavour from the stalks and roots, so may as well use those. My dressing, so I've got some ginger, I'm going to crush some garlic, and really simple dressing, simple but effective, and we want to allow the flavours to infuse a little bit.
I feel a bit like that sometimes. Simple but effective.
Okay, so we've got sugar, just caster sugar, ginger, garlic, lime and fish sauce, that's it. So sweet, sour, salt, spice.
Yeah. I'm going to use the leaves are wilting slightly because it's a bit warm in here today.
It is a bit warm, and we got the ovens going for
pick
pork
off
belly.
The leaves. Yes, the kitchen is filling with that glorious smell, isn't it? It's just one of those things that there's you absolutely, which is
it's like
an absolutely
Sunday roast
thing.
kind of thing.
Very delicious, and getting crispy crackling on pork is fairly tricky. My mum does it every time. I think it's partly due to like when we were kids, roast pork, on a Sunday in England, and I think it's partly due to the oven, isn't it? And knowing that you've got to put your oven up very, very high to
That's
get
right,
that
and the little tips that we will show you later for the
very important.
Yes, we're holding out for that. To get the crackled. The crackled?
Yeah,
crackle.
in England we always call it crackling.
All right.
Doesn't really matter, does it? If you're watching this in England, this is pork. We're going to show you how to make pork crackling. If you're watching it in Australia, we're going to show you how to make pork crackle.
Right.
Same. But Mum always used to do a big roast, a leg of pork or perhaps a rolled loin of pork or something like that, but we've chosen to do the belly today because it is one of our favourite cuts of pork, because you can actually get a roast pork with crackle on it within about 40 minutes, and the belly is beautifully easy to carve,
not too thick.
You've got all the lovely fat, keeping it moist and adding flavour to it. So it really is a fantastic, perhaps a smaller roast for, you know, less people. If you've got 20 people, then you might need a larger
also, as you said,
cut.
like the fat content in the belly, what is good is there are so many uses there's so many uses for leftover roast in general, but the pork belly itself, at least when it's a leftover, it's not as dry.
Oh, absolutely.
And we have our epic Oriental bites class that we do banh mi, make pate and put it on a...
That's the Vietnamese sandwich, isn't it? With
yeah.
the French bread and
so
pate
that's
and
amazing. So, you know, you could take to work a pork belly sandwich. And we do a pork belly burgers. We've done that before.
Oh, that's delicious.
It is
too.
delicious.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, so slices of like the roasted pork belly, you could actually then pan fry it, leftovers to make a burger.
You could, or deep fry,
deep
and
fried
then do your caramel, like your Asian caramel sort of saucy thing.
That's when, you know, you go to like restaurants when they've got little tapasy things, and I'm sold. You had me at Thai caramel pork belly. Like, yes, please.
Yeah, really delicious. So it can be used for more sort of European, Mediterranean uses or salads, or you can use it as a roast pork, or as Bryce said, in your sandwiches. Like, you know, absolutely delicious. Now, this gorgeous stuff is called wombok, or Chinese cabbage.
Just watch out behind.
And hot behind, crackly behind. Went right in my eyes. But the actual. You're right?
Yep.
The actual, does it need another couple of minutes? I don't know whether you heard that. I reckon it could. It's a slightly thicker piece, so it'll probably need another couple of minutes. But this wombok, or Chinese cabbage, is fab. Don't just use these green parts. This is amazing. I'm going to crunch a bit because it's crunchy, it's juicy, it's sweet, it's absolutely beautiful. So don't throw away the stalks thinking, oh, they might be a bit tough. They are not. They're gorgeous. So I've got wombok, I've got snow peas, or snow peas. I've got carrot, and I've got cucumber. Can you just do the
seeds out?
Take the seeds out of the cucumber for me while
so we
I
don't
peel
want the water content in the cucumber, we just want the flesh, so just a teaspoon to take those out.
And we've thought about slightly different textures in here. So I'm going to use my potato peeler and peel ribbons of the carrot, and then just quickly chop the cucumber, and there'll be little moons of cucumber on there. So I'm just going to quickly chop these up. I'm not going to do a tap chop because it is a little bit loud, isn't it, if I do that, but I'll do at home.
And I'm so the sauce, the dressing, it's really important to allow that flavour to develop and make sure you get that sugar off the bottom,
and
so
soften,
everything,
because otherwise it's very raw garlic, isn't it?
Yeah,
like
so
after a while
I can smell that already, and it really smells good.
I think Bri is the queen of knock charm.
Am I?
Yeah, she loves her hot, sweet, sour,
and the
salty,
pork belly
sour.
and the crackle.
Well, when we were testing this, you were just like, everything she went, oh,
it's so good.
Oh,
so
that's
good.
very good. Oh, that's very good. It's just up your
we're
alley,
pretty
this,
happy
isn't it?
I know.
It's just your cup of Asian tea.
Cup of green tea.
Cup of green tea. Yes.
So I'm heating up my pan, got it nice and hot. I'm going to actually dry fry.
Oh, yes,
rice.
This is exciting.
So I can actually see it's smoking, so it's hot. Must have a hot wok. And it's going to wok on. And I'm just going to keep it moving because super quick. It's going to start to colour. And I'm just toasting that, and it sort of pops a little, you know,
puffs
puffs
as well.
Puffed rice, that's
yeah.
what I mean. Puffed rice. Let's turn that down a bit. So keep it moving. Don't walk away from this because you'll burn it. Won't you, Tracy?
Yes, it's very
Because that didn't happen when we were...
Yeah, can you hear that something must have happened in the past for Bri to say that, don't you think?
I burn things too sometimes, and
it's just all part and
you
parcel.
like to do some of it on camera too.
It's all part and parcel, yes, but I tend to burn things on camera and Bri does it off.
In private.
Very, very clever. All right. If I had more time, I'd peel that as well. But
I actually burnt some chorizo at home the other day.
It's a nice brooch, couldn't you?
One side of the chorizo, and it was for my son, so I served it to him the burnt side down, and I got away with it.
Oh, he didn't spot it.
No, because it was just crunchy when chorizo's...
Mummy, you're so good at cooking.
Yeah. I was too busy chatting. I had a kitchen full of people.
Right, I'm going to string the snow peas. Looking good.
Yeah.
Looking good. It's so easy to do that, and it's such a fun sort of texture to have that on top of the salad.
Yeah, so then we're going to grind it in the mortar and pestle.
Or it could go anywhere, couldn't it? Really, as you said, it's like the poor man's parmesan. Those lovely crunchy crumbs that we do in some of our classes that Simona first taught me. Absolutely brilliant, and it just adds another texture dimension, because texture is super important in Asian dishes.
All right, there we go.
The Asians certainly know
so
what
that's
texture is all about.
Do you want to have a look at that? Can we get the beautiful, nicely browned rice?
That's lovely.
And in we go. And I'm just going to...
Looks like you're at Hogwarts with the steam coming off the rice, but it looked like it was smoke, and you'd
grind that up to a powder.
Creating a
what is
a
it?
Magic.
Well, yeah.
What's it called? Spell.
Yeah, in my cauldron.
Yes. Wow. That's very imaginative.
Sorry, that's...
So that's done.
That was annoying me because it was
going to... Yeah, well, get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I'm going to just slice these little babies up.
Take this out.
Just to...
Behind you.
Everything in this salad is going to be sort of eaten with a... It can be eaten with a fork.
Hot coming through.
Hot coming through. Here we are.
Do you want to shut that behind you, please?
Yes, I can.
Thank you. I'm just putting it over here. You can have a sneak peek on the side, but I'm not going to talk about it until later. But it's just having a rest so we can cut it. And of course, I've got one to show you how to get it this way. This is the one we prepared earlier.
Yeah, it takes about half an hour, 40 minutes in the oven. So we thought we'd do one earlier and then
because you can never have
about putting
too much pork belly with crackle.
We're quite happy to do extra.
Yeah. Did we get the sourdough out? I think sandwich is in order with belly sandwich.
Yeah. Well,
no, we've got salad. We've got salad.
I'd really like to have the other one tonight at home for dinner with, I just really fancy cauliflower with a white sauce, pork with crackling, roasted potatoes, and some peas or sugar snap peas or snow peas. And it doesn't need gravy, I don't think, the pork belly, because it's so moist.
It's nice and moist. That's why it's great, because it's got a fat. I've said it before, the fat. But I did a pork loin for Christmas once, and it was a bit dry.
Yeah, there's not as much fat on there, is there?
Pork
loin's fab for...
You were trying to get the crisp on it, on the crackle, and then the meat was dry. And my dad, God bless his soul, he's like, it's a little bit dry. I'm like, yeah, thanks, Dad. Thanks for that. I've spent all day cooking, but the critique is much appreciated.
If you can't say anything good, well, yeah, because you could say, the flavour's lovely. The flavour's lovely, darling,
yes,
like that.
It's
a shame about the texture. All right, I've just got some mint leaves here. I'm going to just chop them up.
Carrot bits on the floor too.
Towards... No one can see that. I wasn't going to mention it. I'm going to chop those up just before I put them in the salad. Some of these are a little bit on the large side, so I'm just going to chiffonade them.
And did you see that this is the Three Crabs brand of fish sauce, far superior than any other brand that we have.
Much better flavour.
Yes, much better flavour. And don't be fooled, because there's a 5 crab brand too. But I think that's a play on 3 crabs. You only want 3 crabs.
So they've got it's got 3 crabs on the label, so that you can see it's 3 crabs.
All right, so you're just chiffonading those.
Yeah, I'm just going to...
And I'm going to talk about the pork, yeah?
This will be all right.
So this is it was a kilo pork, so 500 grams each. This has been in the fridge. So we've got the butcher to score it. So you want those lines in it. You can do it yourself if you've got a sharp knife. What's the Stanley knife is actually really good for that.
My dad always used to do that.
But we get the butcher to do it because that's, they're really good at that. If you talk nicely to them, they'll do they'll do that for you.
Yes.
Sorry. So it was salted and left in the fridge overnight with...
when you say salted, you've just sprinkled salt on the top?
Salt and rubbed in.
Or just on the top?
All over.
You can, yeah.
And then popped on a tray in the fridge overnight, so with no cover, so that the skin dries out.
The air can circulate and the skin dries out.
And you can see, so that is quite dry on there. You need to pat it dry, not that there's much on there. But then I'm going to salt it again and oil it. And then here's the trick coming.
One of the tricks. Well, I think getting the crackle dry or getting the skin dry is extremely important. And you can see that there's, it's quite meaty as well. So when you go into the butcher's to choose your piece of pork, just make sure that there's at least 2/3 to 3/4 meat. Otherwise, you'll just be carving up fat. Although the fat does render out with this, which we'll show you.
All right. So I've got to wash my hands. I've got to sink.
And we use the Murray River salt flakes and the Cobram Estate light extra virgin olive oil, so that we're still working with extra virgin olive oil, which is good for us, but it hasn't got a very olivey flavour. Absolutely fine if you are doing something like putting this with something like a French salad, which could be leaves and walnuts and maybe some pear or thinly sliced apple or something like that. That would be fine to use olive oil. But because we're going Asian, we've decided to use a light olive oil because it's light in flavour.
All right, here's the next trick. So we've got the skin.
Got a large tray here.
Large tray, yeah, but there's a reason for that. That's going skin side down. Some paper on there, which lesson learnt on that one. Put the paper. And then I've got, this is from our barbecue, a cast iron grill. If you've got a cast iron pot or something, that's nice and heavy. But the point is, it's going to hold it down. It's going to hold that skin on the baking tray.
Fully contactable.
Fully
contacting.
Yeah, so you're going to get the crispness all over. And that's going to go in for... that piece is a bit thinner, so I think about 25 minutes.
In fact, I reckon that piece is going to look better than that piece because that was the fatter piece.
Yeah.
And it's been in the oven. It's got that curve to it now.
And then after it's cooked through, but let's say 25 to 30 minutes, then we take the cast iron off, turn the belly around so it's skin side up, and then we will... about 10 minutes till you get nice and crispy. But then we put it in for another 2 minutes. So it's if you've got a bit more time, then do it. And that's where we get this. Ta-da. Let's bring that in here. Or do you want to pop it on that tray on the board? Ta-da!
That's going to
We were so excited when we did this about the crispness on the belly. Yeah, looks good. So what's now?
So
slicing?
I'll slice it. Can hear how lovely and crunchy. Oh my gosh. Okay. And beautifully
look at the moist
inside. Look at that. I can't get through the crackling. Absolutely. And the actual scores actually help you
cut through.
Testing.
Oh. Oh, salty goodness. You're right.
Watch out for the last bit.
Bit slippery, and it's so hot.
No, I removed my finger very. All right. I just need to get in that because it's so.
Yeah, so this is like 500 grams. Do up a big piece of pork, and you've got pork for whatever you need it for in the week.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. So,
and it's not cut too thin because it's going to be sort of cubed through the salad.
So, do you want to add the dressing? And we'll put. You can put half of that on there. I'm just, rather than putting that really hot pork, because it should be rested a little bit more.
All right.
Rather than putting the hot pork through the cold salad, I'll cut it up into little pieces. Bri will toss that with the salad. Put the salad, half the salad on there. We'll sprinkle some pork over, and then put the other bit of the salad and another little bit of pork on the top, and then our lovely rice on top of that. So it just means that here on the video today, we're not going to actually make our salad go really sort of super soggy by having the.
Did you want all the dressing through it? I think we need it.
Possibly not all the dressing. Just, yeah. So go easy on the dressing. If you think that you've got a bit too much, don't put it all on. You can always put more on.
Yeah, just want to coat it.
Don't call me a moron. You can always put more on. Oh, that bit is probably Cook's Perks there. But less is preferable to start off with.
All right, so we've got a base.
You can always add more if you want to.
And then you're going to pork that.
Can I keep that bit?
Can I eat that?
No, that's mine. Okay. She wants it all, doesn't she?
Oh, can you hear that?
Yeah, it's really crispy, crackling.
Wow.
So we'll get some of that. It's still a little bit hot.
Tell we are excited about crunchy,
yes,
crispy
we
pork.
do love that crunchy, crispy crackle. Okay. And yeah, you can pop that on. I've got some crackle there as well, which I'll pop on there.
Oh, wow.
And it's so beautiful, this. In fact, the very first time that I made this salad with the rice, and this was Bri's brilliant idea, because we were going, oh, what can we actually serve?
We wanted to do pork belly. And we did that class where we did
Bri
we
came
did
up with this
this
idea.
with duck
Yeah.
breast, and then we took the skin off the breast and made duck crackle.
crackling.
That was
really
amazing.
lovely.
And then, like, we've got some dressing reserve. We can always, pour a little bit on top, but we've got the...
And I won't go overboard with the pork as well. Do I need to put that bit on?
No.
You know what I'm going to do with it, don't you? Yeah.
Eat it.
Yeah.
Put it in a sandwich. I'm just trying to get
Make
the
a
right
French
angle. How's that?
dressing.
Okay, and sprinkling our ground rice. Yeah, it is a great gluten-free alternative, isn't it?
I might just put some of this lovely
Dressing.
stuff, not so much the dressing, but this
the
lovely colour on there like that.
red
too.
bits.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very,
Coriander
very pretty.
bits. Beautiful.
That dressing smells great.
It
Bri.
does.
Mm,
Excellent.
really, really good. After a while, you actually sort of get to know what it tastes like just by the smell. I think it's gorgeous. Gorgeous,
Oh, look,
gorgeous.
there's one fork here. Shall I try that then?
Fancy that.
I
Yes,
know.
I think you should try it.
I should try it. Pork, dressing, salad, and crackle. All right.
I'll watch you.
Okay,
No,
well,
I'll tell
talk.
you. I'll tell them what's happening next week. So next week we have Hayley coming into the kitchen, our Curtin University nutrition student, and she's going to show you how to make her beef taco bowl. So everything in a bowl, looking gorgeous, lots of goodness for you in that bowl, and we'll show you how to make a quick chili to put in the bowl, chili con carne to put in the bowl with all the other delicious stuff. So that's next Tuesday at
Cool.
12:30 when the Melbourne Cup is not on.
Yes.
Yes. So
Pass that.
thank you very much for joining us this week.
That's
We
right.
hope you enjoy making this salad. Actually, it'd be a nice one for Christmas, wouldn't it? Everything. We're all talking about Christmas now because it's November as we record this. So it's absolutely fantastic. I think before Bri eats the whole lot, we'll say goodbye. I don't know whether she can say goodbye because she's got a mouthful. Oh, she swallowed. Okay, good. Just say goodbye
Bye.
before you make the next piece.
Before I get another piece. That's right.
Thanks so much for
So
watching.
good.
Enjoy our Pan Asian salad and pork with the crispiest crackle you could ever wish to have ever in your life.